Hola estudiantes, soy señor Riesel y en este video vamos a discutir los pronombres de objeto indirecto. Los pronombres de objeto indirecto, or indirect object pronouns, tell us where the direct object in a sentence is going. It can also answer the question to whom or for whom an action is performed. Take a look at this sentence in English. Señor Riesel wrote a letter to his mom. Who wrote it? Señor Riesel. What was written? A letter. That's your direct object. To whom did he write it? His mom. His mom is the indirect object. In Spanish, if a sentence has an indirect object, we want to include the indirect object pronoun. Here they are: me, te, le, nos, os, and les. Notice that some of these are the same as direct object pronouns and reflexive pronouns. However, they all work quite differently. Context will clarify which one you're intending to use. Let's practice with the sentence, he bought me a book. I like to take a moment to break down the pieces of the sentence first. Who did it? He did. What did he do? He bought. What did he buy? A book. For whom did he buy it? Me. Our verb bought will always be conjugated based on the subject, or who did it. In this case, we'll need the él, ella, usted form. Él compró. Let's add our direct object to the sentence. Él compró un libro. He bought a book. Finally, we need to show for whom he bought it with an indirect object pronoun. Since he bought it for me, I'll use the pronoun me. The pronoun goes before the conjugated verb. Me compró un libro. If it wasn't clear from the context who did it, we can clarify our subject before the pronoun. Él me compró un libro. He bought me a book. Here's another example. I sent you flowers. I am the subject. Flowers are the direct object, and you are the indirect object. That's where those flowers are going. I sent flowers. Yo envié flores. I sent you flowers. Yo te envié flores. Since envié can only be the yo form, feel free to leave out the word yo in the sentence. Te envié flores. So far, we've seen the indirect object pronouns me and te, but what if we wanted to use le or les? The problem here is that le can mean for him, or for her, or for usted. Les can mean for them, or for you guys, ustedes. If it's not obvious in the conversation who the le or the les refers to, we can clarify it at the end of our sentence by adding the word a and then the person. For example, le compré chocolate. We can see that I did the action of buying based on the yo form of the verb compré. I bought chocolate. But for whom did I buy it? For him? For my sister? Let's clear that up a bit. Le compré chocolate a mi profesor. Now it's clear that the le refers to mi profesor, or my teacher. Hint, hint. This is sort of a tricky process for many students, and you'll need to practice it a bunch before it becomes second nature. Watch this video a few times and try coming up with some original sentences of your own. There are a lot of elements to be aware of, so when you're starting out, take the time to identify the subject, or who does the action, the direct object, or what receives the action, and then the indirect object, where that direct object is going, or to whom or for whom that action is done. Buena suerte y muchas gracias. Hasta el próximo video, chicos.
Created using Powtoon.